So this is Taxi, or Mr. Taxi Doodle. He is a 1-year-old cockapoo. So he has his own pink throne, his own pink sofa to match the pink sofa that we have in the space. And he's the real star of the show here.
You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story. Like and subscribe for more.
Hi, welcome to my Brooklyn Loft. Come on in. My name is Rachel Martino. I am a content creator based in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm also the founder of Dream Loft Studios, which is where we are today. It's a production studio, photo studio out of my home, which is launching a second location very soon. This apartment is a loft apartment. The building is actually from 1901. It was originally a paint factory, which I think is so unique and interesting. I love loft style buildings. When you see people on TV in New York, they always live in these gorgeous lofts, which are actually pretty rare in New York. But you think of like Monica's apartment in Friends, or Dan from Gossip Girl. They had these really cool loft style apartments. You think of Glee, all these shows that had lofts. And so I really wanted a loft apartment, and I found this one during the pandemic in May 2020. But when I found this place, it was just like a hidden gem. I was so excited. One thing I knew I wanted to do was do a pink door. I actually was considering doing purple since I love the show Friends, but I think this pink is like the perfect like pinkish purple. So it's like a mix of my love of Friends plus my love of pink. So I love the shade that I landed on here. So this is the main living space right when you walk into the apartment. And when I first moved in, I realized what a challenge it was gonna be to decorate such a large space. I'm used to smaller New York apartments, smaller furniture, so I knew I needed some help. I worked with an amazing interior designer named Megan Hopp. She really helped me kind of spatially plan the living area, since it's so large. It's about 1,000 square feet just here in the middle. And I knew I wanted to do a really fun sofa. So I did this curved sectional in a blush pink, which I absolutely love. It's really cozy, but it's also just like such a statement piece. It's very feminine. In terms of the rug, did like this like kind of fun Moroccan style rug, which I really love. It adds a lot of light to the space. And then we do have a little mini couch for Mr. Taxi that matches the sofa. I saw this at Home Goods and I was obsessed. Do you want to sit on your couch? Come on. Yeah, you gotta sit on it. Taxi, come up. Good boy, sit. Good boy. Is that my nugget? Good boy.
This is the pink throne.
This is his pink throne, and I just love that it really matches the existing pink sofa that he has his own little spot. And then to add a little more furniture, I love these white boucle chairs. They're from Cardiel. A great place for people to sit. And I love that it kind of adds a little bit of lightness to the space.
Okay, I have to ask.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite color?
It's pink. I think it's pretty obvious. I love the color pink. Everything. It's hard for me not to buy everything that's just pink and to also embrace other colors, but I absolutely love pink. I just think it's fun and feminine. And one thing I love is like, I feel like pink just like brings women together. I feel like little girls love pink, but adult women love pink too. It's just like so fun, and it can be very chic as well. Before I moved in, it was just like very bare bones. Definitely a beautiful factory loft conversion. You see a lot of factory loft conversions in Williamsburg and Bushwick. Some are done better than others, but a beautiful loft conversion, but very bare bones, very industrial. You know, you have these exposed pipes, exposed beams, and I wanted to bring my own quirky, feminine, fun vibe to it, to such an industrial space. My interior design style, I never know exactly what to say. I think it's a little bit Art Deco, a little bit old Hollywood. I love color. I love pieces that are a little bit eclectic, but are still kind of chic and elevated. So I kind of mixed a lot of different styles and prints and colors, and that's just sort of me.
And you also don't shy away from disco balls.
No, I love disco balls. There's, I think, 4 different disco balls in the space. I love the way that they bounce off light, and they just seem fun. I think for me, a lot of the spaces I lived in before, I didn't really let my personality shine through. I thought, oh, it's supposed to be beige or it's supposed to be mid-century. Those were the trends that I was seeing, and not really embracing who I was. And I think the moment I just decided to choose pieces that reflected me and my crazy self, then I felt so much more at home and happy with my space. I fell in love with cane cabinetry. It's really on trend right now, and I just think it adds a lot of light. But most cane cabinets are super expensive, but I actually found this is an IKEA hack. So the base cabinets are the IKEA Besta, but the doors are from a brand called Norse Interiors that makes door fronts for IKEA furniture. And I mean, altogether, it was maybe $1,000 as opposed to the units I was looking at were over $2,000 just for one. So we have this and it spans all the way across. It was hard to design around this beam, so I thought that having 2 units here would kind of balance it out. And it's a great place to hide, you know, all of your cords and electronics. So I'm someone who kills every plant that they come into contact with, and I respect and love everybody who has such a green thumb, but I do not. So I have a ton of dried florals in this space, and all the dried florals are from my friend Kelsey at East Olivia. She has an incredible company with beautiful pampas florals, dried florals, and they look good always. Like, you don't have to water it, they look great, and of course they're pink, so I love them. So one thing I knew I wanted to do with the space was create a amazing dining area and bar. I love entertaining and having my friends over, especially post-pandemic. It just feels like it's so fun to have people in your home instead of going out as much. So the first thing I found was this amazing, it's almost 11 feet long, table. I love that it has a live edge, so it's kind of more of a organic feel to the table. It's actually from CB2, but I found it on Apartment Deco, which is one of my favorite sites to find secondhand pieces. I also wanted to do these really fun rainbow chairs. It was like a treasure hunt to find all the colors of these are the Anthropologie Elowin chairs. And they were so back ordered on the site. A lot of them I found from the Anthropologie outlet in Pittsburgh, but there were certain colors I couldn't find. So like this yellow chair, I convinced a woman in California to send it to me. A lot of my followers helped me. They looked on their local Craigslist, because again, Craigslist, you only look in your area. So they would look in their area to see if they could find the yellow Elowin, and I convinced a woman in California to ship me hers. I feel like the shipping was almost as much as the chair, but it was worth it. I love the yellow chair. And then here we have the gorgeous bar. This is actually a local New York seller. It's called Soil and Oak, and I've loved their bars for a really long time. I've always wanted to do one, and it's really sturdy glass and pipe, which I feel like gives it kind of goes back to that industrial feel of the space overall, but also it's like very glam, kind of old Hollywood, which is what I wanted to do with the bar. And I love this wallpaper. It's from House of Hackney, which is a British wallpaper company. So when I moved in, I was like, why is there this huge mirror? It spanned all the way, but not all the way to the door, just like the majority of the wall. So the first thing I knew I wanted to do was add another mirror panel to the end to make it the entirety of the wall. But I found out that this space was actually a dance studio, which makes perfect sense to have this gorgeous mirrored wall. It helps to reflect the light too that comes in. So now we're heading into the kitchen. This space I didn't do almost anything to. It was already a very, very beautiful kitchen, which is such a hard thing to find in New York, to have a beautiful, spacious kitchen. So I'm very grateful that they did such a nice renovation. It is all IKEA, but I think they did an excellent job with the kitchen. These were previously windows, but because they built a building next door a few years ago, they had to brick these over. But I do like that they used brick. It does kind of add that industrial element back in. It has that very New York feel. The only thing I really changed in the kitchen was this light fixture, which I realized one of the lights is out, but it's this like fun fixture. It's actually called the Happy Light from a really cool designer. I just thought it kind of added this fun element to the kitchen, and then I did a washable rug to add a pop of color. So with this space, there was so much more livable area, so I wanted to create, I kind of call it like the reading nook. So we have a little bit more furniture, the fun yellow couch. Of course, I love my swing chair. I knew I wanted a swing chair, and it's such a fun place to sit. I call this his like circus podium, this pink ottoman. He definitely thinks of it as his own, and it's where I'll do tricks with him. So let's practice if you will. You're already sitting, that's a good boy. Okay, shake, good boy, shake. Shake. Good boy. So the one thing I did change in this space too was the light fixture. It was this very bizarre antler light fixture, not real antlers, but like a faux plastic antlers. It was really bizarre, but a lot of people online were like, don't get rid of it. But I fell in love with this fixture, which is like kind of gives me like candelabra, beautiful vibes. I love this one so much. And I love this like gorgeous orange sofa. I love the color orange, so this I think is one of my favorite pieces, and where you find me sitting a lot of time and working on my laptop. I also have this gorgeous primrose mirror. It's 7 feet and it's super wide. I love this mirror. It's just so gorgeous. It looks vintage, but it is from Anthropologie. But it's such a nice piece, and everyone is always taking pictures in this mirror, including myself, of course. So something that's funny is the space is so big, but the bedroom is actually very small, but I love it. I think it gives it like a really fun, cozy feeling. And it's very white. It has whitewashed brick as opposed to the traditional brick you see elsewhere in the space. And I just love it. It feels very cozy. I tried to keep it a little bit more neutral than the rest of the space, as much as I wanted it to be a full rainbow bedroom. So it's kind of this beautiful oasis. And I have like a little setup here where I sometimes do my makeup and get dressed. And then you have these gorgeous windows. It just gets such beautiful light in here, and I can spy on my neighbors. It's definitely set up right now for Valentine's Day. I love any theme. I love a theme. So I do a lot of decoration around different times of the year. So I have a lot of heart-shaped and pink and red decor right now. I absolutely love these shoes. They're from a Peruvian designer called Jessica Butrich, and she has the most incredible collection of shoes. A lot of like really crazy platforms and just like really fun designs. And to me, like these shoes, I've had them for several years and I'll never get rid of them. They're the best. In the bedroom, I do have some personal pieces. So like this is a picture of my family. This is, I think I'm like 11 in this picture. I think we're in like South Carolina, but I love the very all-American portrait with the white tops and the jeans. And I also have this. This is really special to me. It's a picture of my grandparents who have since left us, but on their wedding day in the 50s. So I keep this on my bed. I just think it's so beautiful, and it has such a rich history, and I miss them. So if you follow me, you're probably wondering where all of my dresses and clothes are stored. And I have a little secret. I have a Monica closet. So this is a huge double walk-in closet, but it's always an absolute mess. So we don't talk about this, but this is where all the clothes, all the decorations, everything is secretly hidden in here. Through this way, we'll go into the studio. So this was definitely what attracted me the most about living here, was having this big open space to create content and to set up as a traditional photo studio, which is actually what it was with the previous tenant. And the first thing I knew I wanted to do was do a huge bookcase installation. So I worked with a friend of mine who is a carpenter. To save cost, we actually did the lowers as IKEA cabinets. They're not custom. These are the Havsta cabinets, which helps save a lot on the budget. And then the rest of the shelves are custom, and I just love them. The color is from Backdrop, which is one of my favorite paint brands. It's called 36 Hours in Marrakesh, because I wanted to do something that was a very sophisticated pink. I feel like this is kind of like a nice terracotta pink. And I love styling these shelves. They constantly change. Always different decor pieces depending on the time of year, but it's a lot of fun to style them. We've had some incredible clients. We've had Macy's, Comedy Central, Google, Limited 2, that was one of my favorites, Adore Me, and it's so fun to see how different brands and creators utilize the space for their photo shoots. And if you want to book, you can book on purespace.com. I would say after the bookshelves, my second favorite spot in here is the vanity station. So I went with this gorgeous wallpaper that I absolutely love. My designer Megan found it. I knew I wanted lips, and this wallpaper is so unique. It just feels like its own art piece. It's from a brand called Voutsa, V-O-U-T-S-A, I believe. And this is actually where I sit every morning and put on my makeup at this vanity. I love the process of getting ready. I think it just like calms me. It's my morning ritual. Have my coffee and get ready. And having this beautiful Art Deco wallpaper and just like sitting and enjoying this moment is my favorite part of the day.
Thanks for watching. For more Homeworthy content, be sure to like and subscribe.